Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you are, born and reborn again. This is the Epiphany of the Lord. It's a time of tremendous wisdom and teaching about this journey that we call life. And as you and I trod our individual journeys of life, we can bear much fruit and understanding and support as we reflect on the wisdom of Epiphany. Follow your star. Listen to the angels and collect treasures to share along the way. So let's meditate on this for a few moments. With courage, I follow my star. Our lives are determined not by where we've been, but by where we are going. We don't want to be like the guy who jumped on a horse and rode off in all directions. We don't want to be the rudderless ship that just goes in circles in our life. We want to get where we want to go, and to achieve what we want to achieve, we need a spiritual compass, a star, a shining truth above the storm, the thunder of daily life. We need a star that is big and juicy and that really grabs us. We know it, and we know it, and we can't not know it. It's our imagination at a primary level. Some describe it as following your bliss. Ultimately, I believe the star, though it takes many forms, is ultimately rooted in the divine love that God is uniquely expressing in your life. It's not only a romantic love, but a connection with life. The important thing, it's bigger than who you are. It's not about ego. It's not about me. It's what St. Augustine was talking about when he said, love and do what you will. God provides each of us a star, fashioned uniquely for my life and my circumstances, but we're not going to find it by looking at the ground. We're going to find it by looking up in faith and hope. We will see our star. The star to lead you like the Magi to encounter the Christ, God's love with a human face. I would invite you to repeat after me this morning. With courage, I follow my star. Courage, I follow my star. So, thank you. Secondly, we listen to the angels. The sad thing, the truth is that you can't trust everybody. Not everybody is on your side. My dad, another Joseph Kenna, wonderful guy, when I was a child, he said to me, son, most people think they think, but they don't really think. Son, you gotta think for yourself. There are people whose motivation is contrary to the goals and values of the star to which I'm committed. The Magi were a little naive to listen to Herod's pretended concern for finding the Christ child and worship him. We've got to be less gullible than the Magi in this case, and realize that a society which is rooted in greed is not going to provide us what we need to find the Christ. A world of addictions where people are going nowhere. People are lost, misplaced in food, alcohol, sex, shopping, gossip. And thankfully, we have angels along the way that can put us in the right direction. People sometimes, out of the most unexpected place, someone will say something that just really captures you. Maybe a book you're reading, coming to church, art, music, and of course, Scripture is such a powerful source of God speaking to our hearts and lives. Angels come in all sorts of forms to steer us to a safer shore, to keep us on track. You know, I've got to tell you, I believe in divine providence, and I believe in angels that come in many forms. If I have any regrets in my life, is that I haven't listened to the angels who spoke to my heart. And I think that most of us, if we really are honest, can say that about ourselves too. I'd like you to repeat after me. Trusting, I listen to the angels. Trusting, I listen to the angels. And thirdly, rejoicing, I share treasures gathered along the way. Our life is a journey of encounter with infinite love. That's what we're here about. It leads to manifestations. It leads to an epiphany. We call them aha. When you have an aha moment, you really know that you know. It's treasures that we find along this way. As they say, it's heaven all the way to heaven. The manifestation of Epiphany is not just a passive event. And we are blessed in our Catholic community with a theological term called actual grace. Actual grace is not very light stuff, but it's the chair you're sitting in. It's actual, it's real, it's concrete, and it's grace. It's God's gift to you. Now, we love treasures and look for them and develop them in our lives, but we don't attach to them. We have the opportunity to bestow these treasures in an appropriate way in our lives, like the wise man gave the Christ gold, frankincense, and myrrh. They blessed the Christ child. Likewise, in our journey, whatever shape it takes, we've picked up some treasures along the way to present to the Christ in our brothers and sisters. It may be a life of prayer. It may be doing wonderful works of social justice. It may be the old-fashioned time, talent, and treasure that we give. It may be the understanding of the truth that he also serves who only stands and waits. It can be a sense of humor. One of the things I love about our pastor, Father Jerry, he's got a great sense of humor. It's a gift. Maybe it's a great big laugh that you have that is uniquely yours. Whatever it is, you have gifts in which you can share with others, with the Christ in the people, the brothers and sisters that you encounter in your life. Something to place in the feet of infinite love manifest. Life is a process of living an incredible opportunity of sharing my unique gifts with which I have been gifted. If you'd like to repeat after me, grateful I share treasures gathered on the way. Grateful I share treasures gathered on the way. So we're all on this wonderful journey called life, and we know that it can be really tough sometimes. But some of us have the special blessing to know in our hearts that at the end of this journey, tears will fall as we encounter the Christ. And we say from the deepest part of my heart and soul, yes, yes, yes. Now, however, until that happens, we have an opportunity to follow our star, to listen to the angels, and to gather treasures to share along the way. And we know that God will do the rest. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you are, born and reborn again.